Well, good morning, cyber friends. Committed man coming at you again from Walker's Music, Studio B here, and we give God all the praise and honor. As usual, we give God all the glory. And we thank Him for each and every one of you, your cyber friends. You know who you are. All right, people, just as I promised, this here is going to be the first installment on my composition compositional tutorials that I promised everyone that I was going to be doing some music theory, music composition, instructional videos, and I am here this morning to keep my promise. I've been up. I pulled another all nighter, but nevertheless, it's all good, people. It's all good. I do it for the sake of learning and trying to share. And just as I promised, this is going to be the first installment of the music compositional skills and tools of the trade that I want to try to share with all who will want to learn. That's all I'm trying to do. Now, mind you, like I said, it's the first installment, so I'm getting my foot wet. I'm getting my foot wet, or I should say, get my feet wet. I want to show y'all exactly what it is my hope that I will be able to share and instruct you into doing just what I've done. And I took my time with this here, and I did uh, this here score. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own custom scores. That's how to create your own custom scores. Those of you that are already that at least you got freshman and sophomore theory already, got some theory under your belt, you should be able to do just this. So now I'm hoping that this is one of my original scores right here that I just finished up on about a few hours ago. So I hope y'all can see it. That's the way it should. That's the way yours should look once you're done with this here. I'm showing you only one template here. This system here, as you see there's it's a grand staff, and you got your braid staff for your piano, and then you got a top line there for your instrumental or melody or voice line. So you got three staves or staves connected together, making a system, and that system be for piano and vocal, or instrumental, whichever fancy you. But you got, as you see there, you got what, one, two, three, four different systems. You got four systems on one page there, each consisting of three bars apiece. Now, this is what I'm going to show y'all how to make. You can make this here yourself. You make your own custom score paper. And, like I said, I did it when I was in college. And I'm not trying to tell you that you can't go out and buy you a score pad and score paper, because you can. You can do that. But I know back in the day when I was going to college, sometimes money got tight. And if the money was tight and you just didn't have it to go and invest in a score pad or score paper for that matter of fact, you can make your own. If you can get you a template like this, those are just blank staves. See that? If you're in Britain, these called staves, but over here in the United States, we call them staffs. So in other words, you got a 12, this page here consists of a 12 page, 12 empty staves, or 12 staff. So in other words, this is what you would need to start out with, just a regular, and you can go on the internet and you can download these here, a dime a dozen all day long. You can download them for free. You don't have to pay for anything. You can download these very free. And if you got a printer, you can print them out and whatnot, and you can start right from here. So this is what we're going to start. But now, I can be honest with you now. I can even make these myself too, and you can as well. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. Now, if you don't want to download these sheets yourself, and you want to make them yourself, if you don't want to download, okay, and have the access to the internet at any particular time, and you wanted to do these here blank staves like this, all you would need to do is get you a common ruler, something like mine here. Let's get you a common ruler. I get a clear ruler. I would like to be a user. It'll be best to use a clear ruler so you can see through it for the thing that you want to do. And all you would have to do, as you see there, get you some regular copier paper like this. And then as you can see, this as the stave, they go in a portrait fashion. If you want to do it in a portrait fashion, this way, like so. Staves consist of 5 lines, 4 spaces. So what you would do, you would take your ruler, make your 5 lines in equal distance, however wide you want the spaces to be. Hopefully it won't be too wide, but nevertheless, as wide as possible. As you want them, you can custom make them. And then you can do each one of your stabs just like it so. You can put 12 on a page or 8 on a page. 4. It's just according to what you want to do. And then you can do it with the ruler, put your 5 lines of spaces in there. Then you'll have your blank template like this here in order to come up with this. What I've done. You can come up with that. So now this is where we're going to start off. I don't have a desk, but I use my clipboard. I got a desk back here, but my desk is covered with controllers and laptops. So I had to do this here template here. I had to do it sitting here in my lap with my trusty old clipboard. So if you got a trusty old clipboard you can use that, and then you can come up with a custom sheet of score paper just like this. Okay, the first thing I want y'all to notice is that once you get your template, whether you download it or make it yourself with your trusted ruler, once you get it in that form, then what you would need to do, if you're going to make a system here like mine is for, I was a keyboard player, a piano player, so in college, these are the ones that I made for myself, this particular type of score, which is most I wrote for piano and vocal. So that top line is for your vocal, and then for your vocal melody, and then the brace is there is for the bottom 2 is for your piano. And then you got your put your staff, you got to put your markings there for your clefs. You got 2 treble clefs and a bass clef. Now, that is also called a G clef and an F clef. Your G clef is your treble clef, your bass clef is your F clef. And what you want to do, you want to use your ruler and you draw a vertical line through the first 2 stabs, equal distance, using your ruler to measure the distance between. You want them to be the same distance from the end lines as possible. You want them to be just a little, but you want to keep them equal distance. You want it to be the same so you won't get too far off, and you don't want one of your stabs fat and one small. You want to try to keep them all about the same size. So these 2 G clefs there, as you can see, I wish there was a way I could. That's about the closest I can get it to it. But if you see those 2 stabs there at the top, they got G clefs. And as you can see, mine is fairly decent. They close together. That's the way you want yours. So you do it with the ruler. You draw a straight line between the first 2 stabs. And then you can go and put your curvings like so, and make sure that the curve is on the G line on the 2 stabs, and there you'll go your G clefs. And then at the bottom, for your bass clef is F clef. You put the curve, and you put your 2 dots on either side of the F line. That denotes the note F on the bass clef. So that's the way you do that part. And then you got your clefs all there together. And then after you do your clefs and get all those right, put in there. Don't worry about no time signature. Don't put no time signature there. Don't put no time signature. Don't put the timing markers in there yet. The tempo marking. Don't do that yet because you can always go. You can do that as needed because you don't never know what key you want to write a song in. That's why you don't see any markings in mine now. Only the markings. The only thing you need to do is just put your treble clefs and your bass clefs. Put your clef markers and your braces and everything, and then get your bar line. Put your bar lines in there. And in this case, it got 3 bars. 1, 2, 3, 3 bars. And you put your bar line, put them as close as equidistant as possible. And then what you need to do, if y'all see that on this side, which would be your left, on the left side of your staff, you want that one vertical line to join those 3 staffs. That makes these 3 staffs become a system. But now you do not join them together on this end. You just have you close them off. You close the top one off by itself, and then you close the bottom 2 off by themselves. That denotes the piano and the voice. That's the way you want to do it because see if you put the vertical line all the way and join them on this side as well, then we were going to have a problem because you're going to have to play all 3 of them together, as it would state, because that would make that would not make that top voice be the vocal line by itself. It would be trying to go play along with the piano, and that's not so. That's a different voice. So that is a voice line, so you don't need it to be joined with the piano line. So therefore, you don't have a vertical line all the way down on the 3 staffs on this side. Now this is the way centrally that you would make it, and you do every staff on this hymn page here. Like I said, it's 3 staffs to a system, making me 4. And once you get this done all the way down, then you got your basic template. Then you can take this. And if you got a printer with a scanner and a copier or whatever, you can take this, just only make 1. And then you can scan and copy and print out as many of these that you need. And then as you begin to write your compositions, as you get ready to write them, I should say, then that's when you could go in and fill in the blanks, fill in the other information. You always put in your time signature after your clefs. Your time signature, then after your time signature, put in your key signature. Once you do that, then you're good to go. You're ready to write your music then. At that particular point in time, you are ready to write your music. And so essentially, people, that's what I wanted to show you. This is how you custom make your own scores. It will save you some money. But like I said, if money's no problem, and I mean, when I was in college, I kept me some musical pads and everything. But I love doing it. I learned how through my instructor, Dr. Stan Felter. I learned how to do that, and I just love to just make my own and do it like that. And plus, if I want to make me any type of a system that I wanted, because this is only one type of system. See, now when you start talking about orchestral scores, you got to have a whole lot more staves than that. It's according to what kind of orchestra you are writing for or whatever. But if anything, then I will show y'all in future videos on how to make an orchestral score. You will, instead of using just only the brace that I showed you then to connect the piano as well as the vocal, instead of doing that, I will show you about the brackets. In other words, brackets it groups the instrument. As far as the orchestra is concerned, you got your woodwinds, you got your brass, you got percussion, and you got your string. There's the 4 families of instruments, and each one of them are tailored off on a grand staff by brackets, not so much as braces. even though with your piano, which is a percussive instrument, it would be in the percussion area of your score. And it would, the piano, if you had it in there, if you wrote a piano part in your orchestra, in your orchestral piece, it will be in that section, and it will be denoted by the brace as well as the bracket. In the bracket will consist of the whole percussive family, but the braces will denote the piano part. That's what I want to let y'all know. So now, when you get ready to do those custom scores, just remember it's just according to what you are writing for. Now, I'm not really talking to the absolute beginner on this here particular tutorial, because it's really is a little bit more advanced. You need to at least know how to. You need to at least. I'm gonna say it like this: at least freshman, sophomore, you should at least be done took that 2 years of theory. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna just set it like that. It says say some people learn quicker than others, so it varies. But at least 2 years, freshman and sophomore, theory should be have taken that before you get into composition. I'm not saying you can't get in it before that, but I'm just saying it might be better if you done took those 2 years of theory to understand. Before you can really understand the makeup of composition, you need that under your belt. This is what I feel. So to get these here blank staves like that, that's a 12. That's a sheet with 12 staves on it. Staves. You can download them off the internet easily. But if all else fails, you can take your trusted ruler and make those staves yourself on blank paper in the portrait position, making your lines, 5 lines, 4 spaces. Each one of them, let them be equidistant from each other, and then you can build your custom score like I have done right there. I think that's y'all can see that. And now, if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to hit me up, hit Old Middle Man up about that. And if you like this tutorial, it's a how-to on how to create your own custom or score paper. I figured this would be the best place to start for the musical compositional training. Learn how to make your own score so that you can have something to write on as well as to write with. Get you a good pen. Now, I don't mind in pen, but like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm kind of good at it. I'm kind of good at it, so I don't worry about making no mistakes too many. Even though I can make mistakes, but I don't worry about making too many of them because I done it so much. But if you feel that you can always use a pencil, you can always use a pencil. In fact, at the very start, I would recommend that you would use pencil, so you can, if you do make a mistake, you can erase and you won't have to mess up so much paper. So like I said, if this has helped anybody, please let Old Middle Man know. And this is how to make your own custom score paper. So you won't have to worry about, like I said, if you're a college student and you may be tight on the budget right now at any given time of the semester. Sometime, I know when I was going to school, we was on quarter system, but it doesn't matter. You sometimes money get a little tight. So you want to use money for other things, and so if you ain't got to go pay what $2.95 a pad, I don't know how much these pads cost now. I haven't bought some in so long, $5.95, $6.99. I'm not for certain, but whatever it is, money saved is money saved. So why go and buy a pad? And I'm not trying to tell y'all not to go buy a score pad. I'm not trying to get in the way of no company or nothing that sells these pads, because they are necessary. I say buy some and then create you some. In other words, especially for your stuff that you just working on and doing it from scratch, like a scratch pad and everything, use your custom made stuff like that, and then save your store bought stuff for when you want to fine tune everything and getting it ready for publication. Or vice versa, just using it or giving it out to your musicians in your church or whatever. Because see, it's all sorts of scores that you can make on your own. But you need to know how to make this custom score paper in order to do it. So with that being said, this is Middle Man saying whatever you get into, as I always tell you, if God is not in it, get out of it. because it's going to come to nothing. Until the next installment of these compositional tutorials, this is Mitty Man saying peace and good morning.